Stubbornness is not a good trait. People think it's a good trait because they're like, oh, I'm persistent. I hold on to my beliefs. But that's not stubbornness. That's determination. That's being aligned with your values. Stubbornness is the whiny child sitting in the aisle of the grocery store screaming. You don't want to be stubborn. It's a defense mechanism. It's a fear of being wrong, and it's an inability to accept the consequences of, am I wrong? And that's the question. Are you wrong? Can you handle being wrong? Or are you just going to stick your heels in the mud and decide, damn it, I refuse to be wrong. I'm going to stick to my guns, even if your guns are pointed in the wrong direction. So in handwriting, it becomes pretty simple. Stubborn T-bar looks like that. That's stubbornness, a lack of space, a lack of open-mindedness, a lack of sensitivity, quite frankly. And on the other side, sensitivity to criticism tends to be one of those traits that you want to reroute. So what do you want to be, sensitive or stubborn? I would suggest that you narrow down the loops and the D's and T's, again, if you're doing graphotherapy, which is one effective way to handle stubbornness. And secondly, don't increase the loop. So it's not like you're replacing a stubborn T-bar for a loopy T-bar. And that's just the handwriting. There's plenty of other ways to manage through cognitive psychology and on ideas, but just realize when you're being confronted with someone saying, hey, listen, you're being stubborn, are you being stubborn because you have a fear of being wrong? Or are you saying, look, I know my values, I know what's right and wrong, I know what's best for me and my family, and despite all your complaining and your manipulating, I'm going to take this path. That is a leadership role. You could call that person a hero. You could call that person a martyr. You could call that person a rebel. You could all, history is written by the victors. So some of the people that were, say, incredibly persistent and knowledgeable and felt righteous about, let's say, the American Revolution or some other revolution, they won, and therefore they were right. But just not paying your taxes for tea might be considered stubbornness unless it's a higher moral compass. So that's the thing about stubbornness and sensitive criticism and fears and defenses is, as a mental fitness trainer, as a coach, as a human being, you want to be able to mitigate the stubbornness and reduce that to logical, value-based decision-making and increase the ability to be aligned with what's important, but you don't want to be considered stubborn. Nobody likes anyone stubborn. Very few people like anyone that's vain. That's annoying. There's a whole list of negative traits. I think stubbornness is the one thing that will stop people from making improvements in their own life, because it's like an emergency brake. You cannot drive a car fast with the emergency brake on. And stubbornness is the emergency brake. So if you are working with other people, if you're working with clients, if you're working with yourself, I would reduce stubbornness in order so other parts of your unconscious mind can change. Hey, I'm Bart Baggett. Thanks for subscribing to our Handwriting University newsletter. This video was a little bit about handwriting analysis and graphotherapy. Our other videos are about life design, living a life of meaning and purpose, and basically mental fitness training so that you can live every day on purpose, have great relationships, have a prosperous life, and cut the drama out so that you're happy.